Let me tell you about the day my professor exposed human psychology and turned my mind into a weapon. I remember the exact moment it happened. I walked into class expecting another normal lesson, but my professor was standing at the front of the room with the lights dimmed and a single chair in the middle of the floor. He looked at us and said, "Today, we're not learning information. Today, you're going to learn how to read the world." Everyone laughed nervously, not me, because I could feel something was different. The room felt heavier, quieter, almost like we were stepping into territory most adults never get access to. He pointed at the empty chair.
"Sit."
I didn't know whether to be scared or excited, but I walked over and sat down. He circled me slowly, not creepy, calculated. Then he said,
"We're about to enter a whole new level of psychological mastery.
He raised one finger.
First, reading people."
My professor didn't lecture. He demonstrated. He stopped behind me and asked,
"Do you know what I noticed the moment you walked in?"
I shook my head. He tapped the floor lightly with his shoe. "Your baseline," he explained.
"Before you can read any human, you must know they're normal, how they talk, how they move, how their energy feels."
He snapped his fingers. "Now watch this," he asked the class.
"What did Paris do differently when I told him to sit?"
Everyone stared. No one answered. He smiled.
"He hesitated 1 second longer than usual. That hesitation shows uncertainty, a shift from his baseline."
He turned to us.
"Never read people by their actions. Read them by the change in their actions."
Then he leaned down and whispered,
"People lie with words, but they confess with shifts."
The class froze. Even I felt exposed. The professor moved around me again. "Now, listen," he asked me.
"Paris, did you hesitate because you were scared?"
I shook my head and said, "No, sir." He smiled.
"Your words say no, but your tone says unsure, and your eyes say cautious. Which one do you think I trust?"
I swallowed. He stood up straight and said,
"A wise mind listens for intent, not content."
Then he told the class,
"People reveal their truth when they're angry, when they're tired, and when they want something."
He paused.
"Most of you only listen to what people say. Powerful people listen to why they're saying it."
Then he walked to the chalkboard and wrote one word. Pause. He didn't explain it. He just stared at the word until the entire room went silent. Then he said,
"Emotional control begins the second you learn to pause."
He looked at me again.
"Paris, I want you to insult me."
My heart almost jumped out of my chest. I said the weakest thing I could think of. "You're unfair." The class giggled, but the professor didn't react. Not even a blink. He waited 1 second, that same 1 second pause he wrote on the board, and then said,
"That pause is power. It breaks your emotional impulse and switches you from survival mode into strategy mode."
He stepped closer.
"Powerful people don't react fast. The guilty react fast. The emotional react fast. The insecure react fast.
He tapped his chest.
Those with power respond slow."
Then he turned to the class.
"Someone come lie to me."
A boy raised his hand and said, "I finished the assignment yesterday." The professor didn't ask for proof. He didn't argue. He simply said,
"What happened next?"
The boy froze.
"What time?"
Silence.
"Who was with you?"
Silence. The professor turned back to us.
"A lie collapses when pressure increases. The truth expands."
He walked back to the board and wrote 4 new words. 1. Uncomfortable, command, awareness. "These," he said,
"are the 4 steps to turning your mind into a weapon."
He pointed to each one.
1 win per day, 1 uncomfortable action, 1 strong inner command, 1 moment of psychological study."
He paused. Not the teaching pause, the transformation pause. Then he said,
A distracted mind is harmless. A trained mind becomes dangerous.
He leaned in and whispered like it was classified,
If you don't train your mind, someone else will.
And now here we are. Class is over. The room is empty. I'm still sitting in that same chair, thinking about everything my professor just exposed. People, patterns, lies, intent, behavior, control, power. And I realized I didn't just learn psychology today. I learned how to protect my peace, defend my future, and train my mind like a weapon. If you're still watching, you're not average. Average minds scroll away. Elite minds learn, train, grow, sharpen. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next class, because my professor is about to teach me something even more dangerous than reading people. And trust me, you want to be here for that lesson.